We are just days away from the new span of the bridge opening to traffic, a project decades in the making, and there are some people who've spent the bulk of their careers working on just this. News 8's Jenna Webster joins us live here tonight, speaking with some of the original people involved in this project. So what does the completion of it mean for them? It's got to be huge.
Yeah, Denise, it is huge. For them, it's kind of an emotional thing. You know, they've spent years working on this in their careers, so they're happy to finally see it done and all this hard work come to fruition. But it's also something that is kind of emotional, and it's a chapter that's closing in their lives.
The twin spans of the I-74 bridge that have stood watch over the Quad Cities for decades are now passing the torch.
It's been a long, long time.
A project that began in the 1990s with a study of the old deteriorating bridge.
We could not reconstruct and add lanes, and we knew we needed to add lanes. There are not full shoulders on the lanes. So when a crash occurred on the bridge, it stopped all traffic.
And designs that were drawn up in the early 2000s.
The project size is almost overwhelming. It's hard to imagine how do you go about doing something like this.
But crews weren't able to break ground until 2017.
Everybody was persistent and everybody was patient and everybody knew that we just had to keep our eyes on the ball.
It's a project with $1 billion price tag. That was at times cause for concern.
We're talking a lot of money here, more money than that was readily available. I mean, we're talking major obligations from both states to put into the project.
When we got all of our federal dollars that we needed for those early stages of the project, I think we all knew this is going to happen.
It's not just a new bridge you're going to be able to drive over, but a bridge with a lot of personal meaning to those involved. Denise Bulot has been with the Bi-State Regional Commission throughout the whole project.
It's been part of my whole career. In fact, my children call me the bridge lady. Because they were little and they've grown up with me talking about this project since they were little girls.
And Decker Plain was on the original advisory board.
You don't think when you start your career that something might take 30 years to happen, but something this big and this bountiful does take that long, and it was very cool to be a part of.
And then there's Doug Rick. He was the original project manager with the Iowa Department of Transportation.
Yeah, oh my goodness. 18 years.
He retired and moved away from the Quad Cities in 2016 and is coming back to see his new bridge.
It puts a closure on that part of that project and my part of that project to see that it's actually been done.
A group that stood watch over the new bridge, now passing the torch to the rest of the Quad Cities.
The main thing everyone keeps saying is how this really took a village to build, and it's all come together to have this really iconic landmark that's also going to be a reliable way for people to get across the river. Live in Moline, Jenna Webster, WQAD, News 8.
And construction isn't done just yet. Crews are still working on the bike path for the rest of the year and installing some of the aesthetic lighting throughout next spring.